Brooke Robinson appearing on behalf of Plaintiff Jason Gentin.
Paul Valak is appearing on behalf of Amber Manara.
All right, looks like we have dual objections to the FOC's child support recommendation. Ms. Robinson, as plaintiff, I'll ask you first, what are your objections?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. We looked at the recommendations and we think that we need a deviation on the medical side of it. I understand that defendant may be challenging the medical plan and everything, but looking at ours, we have a fully funded HSA, zero cost of premiums because my client's employer pays the premiums, but we have a fully funded HSA, which means there are zero out-of-pocket costs for him or for Ms. Manara in taking care of the children's medical needs. So we are seeking a deviation on that side. I will also bring up the concern that that there's a possibility that the information is a little bit skewed as well, as our ice storm this year had Mr. Gentin very, very busy at work. So there is a considerable amount of overtime and double time that is reflected in his pay stubs that will not be a norm, that we're concerned may have skewed the results of the calculations.
Thank you. Mr. Vlachos, what are your objections?
Essentially, our objections are my client believes that the health plan that she has, which is a low deductible health plan, also includes full orthodontia coverage, should be considered, and we need to do a little more fulsome evaluation as to which one makes more sense for the parties. Additionally, my client is maintaining some seasonal employment to the tune of about $1,800 a year that is going to end. Additionally, there are some union dues of approximately $90 a month that are going to have an impact going forward that were not reflected. So those are essentially our objections. I think it centers around the health issue, though.
Okay. All right. Well, the child support manual is pretty clear on the steps to take to determine an appropriate plan. Obviously, we don't have time to do that in a short hearing today. So what we'd have to do is set all these objections for a evidentiary hearing and take testimony on all of these matters. Counsel, do you think we can get that done within an hour?
Yes, Your Honor, I think that would be fine.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Are you available November 12th at 11 a.m.?
I am.
That looks fine.
And Mr. Vlachos, are you seeking permission to appear by Zoom for that?
That would be, I think, good if we could, unless it would be more advantageous to have us in person. It really doesn't matter to me, Judge.
It's much easier if we got, exhibits coming in and that type of thing.
Yeah, we can do that in person. And of course, Ms. Robinson and I think could endeavor to see if we can't sort this out in the meantime.
I imagine.
That would be great. Okay, so we'll set it for November 12th at 11 in person. If we are moving forward, you do need to file witness and exhibit lists 14 days in advance. And counsel, it gives you some healthy time to have some discussions and see if you can't come to an agreement. If you do, just let us know, okay?
Great. Thank you, referee.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Baker, this is your objection to a child support recommendation. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. And what is the basis of your objection?
Just hardship and past record of payment of all child support in my history. And I just wanted to know if I could lower it than what the amount was calculated by a friend of the court.
All right. Do you have any objection to the way the calculation was done?
I haven't seen the calculation, so I guess I don't have any objection other than this was a method to possibly reduce it.
All right. So the key is whether or not your income is correct is the first important step. So are you objecting to what they used as your income?
No, I'm not objecting to anything that was entered into to be used by the calculation. I'm just asking for hardship
Okay.
due to some extenuating circumstances in the present.
All right. I do see, it looks like you got some bills coming up here and payments to make. Is that what you're indicating?
Yes, severe, quite large, the IRS, and also I applied for Social Security. I turned 62 in May, and I've been denied Social Security due to my income is too great based on the threshold for that. And I've not received any Social Security since, not one payment. I did have a pension that ended on my 62nd birthday due to the fact that I would be able to collect Social Security. Right now, my impression based on what I met with Social Security last week, that October would be the earliest payment, but I have no guarantee. That's approximately $2,500 a month that I'm not receiving for May, June, July, and August. Now it's been 4 months. That's part of the
What
hardship.
is your income now?
My income right now is full-time at Menards, and it's roughly $34,000 annually.
Okay.
And that also, go ahead.
I was asking friend of the court if that's what they use to calculate your income.
We did the average
Correct.
of quarterly wages, which indicated for quarterly would be $9,541.46, which
Okay.
would equal about $3,100 a month.
Okay, so that was the Menards information that you used?
Correct.
All right. And sir, you continue to have that job?
Yes, I am still employed.
Okay, all right. All right, anything else you want to say, sir?
No, not this time.
And it's my understanding perhaps one of the children turns 18 or has turned 18 and that's going to change the support amount starting next month. Is that correct, friend of the court?
Yes.
Okay. You understand that, sir?
Yes, I do. I've been given written notice as to the new amount, and that's what
Okay.
I objected to.
Okay, all right. Miss, looks like it's Brinker now. Anything that you'd like to say, ma'am?
Yeah, I have looked up to see if he had, I did contact him to see if we could mediate it, just to see what he thought would be a suitable amount. And I reminded him that he is responsible for 50% of extracurricular activities and extraordinary medical expenses, of which I've never charged him for, I guess you want to say, just because I know that he is struggling financially. So I haven't charged him for that, but also I did look up the qualifications for him to be able, it requires a significant change in circumstances to be able to deviate from the child support formula. And the IRS issues aren't enough. Tax problems are considered to be a personal debt. Or money mismanagement, of which Mr. Baker has a degree in finance and was previously a global property tax manager for a Fortune 500 company. So again, the IRS issues are like his choice, not an involuntary reduction in income. And his home repairs that he cited on his complaint also, the roof repair is considered a normal living expense. Ordinary maintenance such as the roof doesn't count as a substantial change either. So and again, our son turned 18 last week. So again, he's going to be dropping off. So the minimal amount that he will be paying me going forward, maybe $100. I think it's like around $100, maybe $120 a week. With, the cost of living these days and the fact that he doesn't contribute anything extra, I feel that the child support calculation is a fair amount.
All right, thank you both for your input. I have reviewed obviously the file, the objections, heard comments from both parties, reviewed the child support formula manual. I don't believe the suggested deviation reasons are an appropriate reason to deviate, so therefore I will deny the objection.
Thank you.
Both have the right to file an objection to my recommendation within 21 days. That information will be provided on the paperwork you received from the front of the court. Thank you both for appearing. You're all set.
Thank you.